Okay, welcome to our fulfillment full moon energy and our ritual. And we're going to go ahead and take our 3 breaths. So one for ourselves, one for the collective, those that are in our thoughts and our hearts, and then one for that special intention that we have tonight. So let's go ahead and just settle in. If you want to close your eyes and drop your head into your heart space and just take a deep breath, one that you may not have had all day, that deep breath, and then just settle in, let everything go. One for those that are hearts and our thoughts. And then one for a special intention that we hold in our heart tonight. That feels really good. Okay, and if you have your candle, we'll go ahead and call the collective in. Here comes Kathleen.
All the elements representing.
There you go. All right. Let this flame represent.
Let this flame represent
The wild spirit that burns within each of us.
the wild spirit that burns within each of us.
As we awaken our own wild spirit.
As we awaken our own wild spirit.
May we awaken the collective.
May we awaken the collective.
All right, cheers. Hi, Kathleen.
Hey.
So this is the tail end, the very last frankincense stick that I have from, it's called Frankie, but it is, what is it? Sacred Elephant.
Oh,
It's some of the best frankincense incense I've had in a really long time. I love this so much.
I remember that. What, 2 years ago was when you first got or first shared it with us, I think.
Has it been 2 years? Yeah, it was what it was.
I think it has.
It was a gift from one of our in-person Moon Circle members. And yeah, maybe it has been that long. I don't know. Save it for just special occasions. The full moon, the full wolf moon is that special occasion. Yes.
We get the party started.
Telling you, yeah. So the full wolf moon, also known as the quiet moon, but it is official, or I should say at its peak. It's official now, but it's at its peak at 6:09 p.m. tomorrow night. Yeah, and if we want to take just a moment to look and see exactly what our topic is, fulfillment, go over our mantra and our keys before we jump in and join in any fun conversation. But just one other thing about the moon before we move over, this moon is in Cancer. So not only, I think it's kind of cool that it is a wolf moon, which, we all really like, but it is kind of in its own sign, so to speak, right? So that emotion, that deep emotion. And I'm very curious once we get started here, how everybody's feeling with not only fulfillment, but with being present, with counting our blessings and our abundance, with the traditions and the personal agreements that we've brought into this new year for ourselves, and prosperity, where we are and seeing where our prosperity is going so far this year, and what we want to see for the entire year. You feeling deeply about it?
Deeply, yeah. I'm just glad that like that last little bit is over. Like the beginning, it seems like it was so heavy, like what we talked about
The beginning
actually
of
on our
this
first
topic,
quarter.
I mean?
Yes, yes, yeah. That it feels really, yeah, it feels much lighter and more into the groove kind of thing. And that just, I think, maybe it was just, I guess, really the message that I received is to allow, that collective, the holidays, everybody feels, we all have our own expectations of it. And it's collective, so that's amplified. So our own expectations, and then you have everybody's own expectations, and that gets amplified. And so I feel like it,
And
to me, it
collides.
feels like it, well, and now I feel like it's like, I think really like just in the last day or two, it's like a collective sigh has been let out, which is kind of interesting with the full moon, because it would make sense that it would be like, it's like this, that, it's like, it's just like it's either shining a light or releasing it. And to me, it feels, yeah, much, much lighter than the first part of this cycle, which I was super excited about it. So it was like, oh, okay, going back to those expectations.
Yeah.
But that was just, my experience. So
Yeah.
it's always uh, our that experience, and then honoring the collective too.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed and have taken the mantra into consideration, but I've really enjoyed this topic probably more than I thought I would, mainly because, sometimes I see a topic or, and granted, I work on them like months ahead of time and I forget. But when it comes to it and it's time to get into it, sometimes I see it and I'm like, and this one was it. I was excited for the new year or whatever, but I saw it and I'm like, sorry. Um, but I love it so much more than I anticipated. So it's always fun to see the surprises that come each month. Whatever. Sometimes it could go the other direction. I'm excited for it, and it turns out no big deal, or even more exciting than you ever imagined. But I am grateful for the experiences of my life and the fruits of my labor. That's one that I keep coming back to, whether it's, Kathy, what you were talking about, like the colliding or the expectations or whatever was going through the holidays. I would keep coming back to that of like, it's an experience. This is all an experience. Let's enjoy the experience.
So I want to add to just that. I'm like, it feels like an experiment. Like it's an experience, but like, it's like, oh, it feels like an experiment. So, which is, similar, only different, but
Yeah.
a little play on words.
Yeah.
How about anybody else? I was gonna say, I don't know how much time we need for our ritual, but if anybody else wants to add their thoughts.
It feels like everything's a test. Each next thing is just a test.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank God I can wear red through my test, and I can enjoy all my socks, and that helps me be grounded and lifts me up at the same time. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I am just like, it just feels to be good doing the work. And it showing up for family and friends has been really wonderful this cycle, and allowing myself to show up in that space as well. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I'm learning how to be like that. Like there's this distinguishing thing that I'm trying to sort out, is like kind of when I work, like I tend to be very focused and alone in it. And I don't know, I guess I used to work in collaboration with people a lot, and I'm wanting to have that again, like be present with it and not, I don't know. There's just something I'm exploring there. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, but
Part of, is that part, is it something you're capturing for, like a future intention or?
yeah, well, I notice sometimes, just even in the family, like I notice how how easy it is for me to like just do everything and kind of wear myself out. And like before we got on this call tonight, I was just like, I just really want to take a soak. You know what I mean? I just like, I've been cleaning all day and stuff. And I was like, I just really want to do that for myself. And I almost didn't do it because that's just what I do a lot. Like, I'll just be like, well, no, I don't have time for that. You know what I mean? And like, just trying to honor myself and like ask other people to do chores, you know what I mean? And I don't know, it's just, anyway, that can be really uncomfortable for me. And I don't know. I don't feel like I'm not exactly a natural leader, I think. So
You go with yourself.
yeah, so just kind of trying to just be comfortable with making requests and stuff. I think that'll be a really good thing for me this year.
Well, back to the this year thing, raise your hand, raise a paw if you have your word of the year. Okay. All right. Oh, yay, Joyce, that was fast. Okay. So what
I've had
we're
it
doing-
for a while.
I thought you have, just making sure. So what we're doing tonight, this ritual under this full moon is for us to create a sigil to use throughout the rest of the year for our word of the year. So a sigil is, we did this last year, but if you don't know, a sigil is just kind of a visual representation, a doodle in a way, that represents your word. And I have a couple of ways of doing it. And you're welcome to play with both. We'll go through both. And what we'll do tonight is just kind of play around. But what I suggest is over the next day or two, really play with it and get it down. Create designs from it. Be very creative with it. And keep it simplistic enough that you can recreate it kind of on demand when you want, but also put it in your vision journal and make sure it's in there somehow, somewhere. You don't have to tonight since you might play with it a little bit. So we can just do it on scrap paper right now. But to get us started, I'm going to pull up, share my screen and pull up a visual. And what I'm going to ask you to do right now while I'm pulling up my screen is to write out your word of the year. Okay, this one we use, I think we used this last year too. This is an actual, I love that I point to my screen like you can see my finger pointing, just like right here. So this is a phrase. We're going to do it with one word, but it's the same exact process. So once you write out your word, what you'll do is cross out all the vowels. The vowels will not count. Cross those out. And then you'll cross out any duplicate consonants. So if there's two L's, you'll cross out the second L. It will not count. Okay. And then from there, those are our magic letters that we'll utilize.
So
And
should we X out a Y or do we get our own choice on a Y?
no, you can use a Y.
Okay.
Yeah, and can, you're exactly right, Heather, you can use the Y. And that's where it'll be fun to play with, like play with it and without it. Sometimes you might want that little extra, sometimes you might not. So this one in particular is using an old school chart where these numbers are in this specific order, and we build around it, starting with our first letter. And with this letter being an M, if you see the chart over here, the M is under number 4. So we start at number 4. Another way to do it is you can start in the center and go to number 4. There's no right or wrong way of doing this, guys. The thing is just to have a guideline so you can draw something really cool.
The
Now-
words, Ember, excuse me, the words, I am calm and content.
Mhm.
To me, that little design looks like something calm and content.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really cool. I did it with balance, our word of the year, and I will show you that in just a moment. But what I wanted to do is to go in and get us started with this one, because there is a couple of options. So you can draw, everybody can see. I also downloaded I put the PDF of this in our event tonight. And I'll do it on the replay after too, just to make sure you have it. No matter where you're looking for it, you'll have it. But just draw it roughly, and I'll give you guys plenty of time to pull this up. And let me know if you have any questions on this.
So you don't need to start in the center. You start from the very first letter.
You could do either one. You can start in the center, or you can start with your first letter, whichever you want to do.
No right or wrong.
There's
Right.
no right or
Like you
wrong.
said.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Is there a reason your numbers aren't in order? I don't understand the order in the circle. You've got 1, 4, 6, 2, 9, 8.
It's keeping them all separated is the main reason. I'm sure that when these were created, maybe 200 years ago, not all that long ago, when they were originally created, there is probably a real explanation as for why, but I don't know that explanation. But I do know that anyone that I have seen, it has the numbers separated. There are also letters, and I'll share that with you guys too. I'm going to stop sharing for 2 seconds just to show you what I'm talking about. There are also letters that you can utilize too. I'll share that. That was a little more complicated. It's something that I knew that everybody would want to print out and play with, individually, and too difficult to do on this call. But if you notice, none of those letters are together either. They're all completely separated.
I want to see. Yeah, I'm going to try that one because look, here's my word. It's impact and can you see that? It's like not very exciting. My last one was possibilities, and it was like really cool and everything. And it's like this is like
Well,
not much to it.
I played with balance a little bit. Let me get up here where I can do a speaker view. Okay,
Maybe I can do.
that didn't help either. No, that didn't help either. Okay. There we go. None of this is working. Okay, so I played with balance. So this is our word of the year. And that is just like the quick, simple version. And then I start playing with different flourishes. You can make loops, designs, stars. you can do all different kinds of things with it. So it doesn't have to be just straight up weirdo lines. Another way to do this, is this inverted or are you seeing it straight?
Mm. It looks straight. Looks
Okay.
straight on, yeah.
Okay, so another way of doing it is you still knock off your vowels and take out your duplicate consonants. And then you take the letters and just create with those letters your own design. So like here's a couple of options to kind of give you an idea for balance.
So it doesn't have to be in order of the word,
Mhm,
basically, like, and maybe that's what I need to play with too, or maybe the two words together. Okay.
Yeah, it does not have to be in order. We have this is a time to be creative and intuitive and find a design that you're comfortable with and that you love. I'm going to put this back up in case you're still working on it. I created with my word of the year. It almost looks like a starfish, and I might play with it some more, but I kind of like it, like the starfish. A sand dollar, maybe that's it, not a starfish, it looks more like a sand dollar.
Okay, I've decided mine looks like the pie, so I might keep it looking like the symbol for pie.
So see, I'm going to play with it a little bit more, but that is like literally just straight lines. And then
Mm-hmm.
I think I want it
Like a
to be
flower.
kind of- yeah.
Always like the seagulls. I think they're really cool. And so, yeah, I'm anxious to see the other one with the alphabet or the circle. Like, I think that's cool.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And like right after this, I will share that so you can play with another one. But I thought this, having two of them might be enough to get us started. Get you thinking about it. Doodling over the next couple of days.
Oh, Joe's showing hers. All right, hang on.
Wait.
Let's see.
Wait, I gotta see it, Joe.
Yep. Oh, yeah, see.
Wait, I gotta stop sharing my screens. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, it's like, ooh,
Oh,
that's
So that's
cool. That looks
self-centered
good.
and it's straight across the center. I just think these are so cool.
That's
That
awesome.
is cool.
If I did it right, I don't know.
Well, you can't do
But it's
it.
You
wrong.
did
fine.
it. You did it right.
But it can't be wrong. That's right. Declare it art, and so it
It's
is.
exactly right.
Put some
That looks
glitter
like
on
a
it.
safety pin. It looks like a safety pin. with
Oh,
the-
that's awesome,
that is
actually.
really
Oh,
that's
it's
really
so pretty,
cool.
actually. That's nice. Very
Oh,
nice.
that's really cool.
I did mine on self-care.
That's perfect.
Mm. Wow.
I love it.
But it was just kind of interesting to have the safety pin for self-care, huh?
Oh. Yeah,
We can just
keeping it all together.
exactly. You got this. You got your safety pin. Especially it looks like one of those where your mama and like they had that protective, that
Oh,
in
like
piece,
they
the
did
old
on the
one.
diapers.
Uh-huh. That's what I'm thinking it looks like. A little extra tail, but here's your extra.
All right, how's everyone else coming along?
Okay, so
All right, get the
I think-
glasses back on. Hang on.
the one in the square here,
Oh, yes.
That
That's-
was cool.
Yeah.
it's kind of a combination of the letters and the numbers. Yeah.
Very
But, like-
nice. What is it? What is your word of the year?
Well, I'm a little embarrassed. So
Oh, you don't
it's
have to. There's never any pressure.
okay, cool. Yeah.
And there's
It's-
and you don't have to be embarrassed either, because no judgment.
Absolutely.
Saying.
yeah.
But yeah, very cool.
Right.
All right.
Joyce, you want to share yours? I know you've been playing with your sigils already, right? And I'm glad
That's
you got your
I didn't
camera going.
know
to make them. I just was looking up a bunch of them. I can try.
Let's see
Let me
what you
see.
got. I was gonna say, let's see what you
Well,
got.
this is my process. That's the one I ended up with.
Oh, I love it.
Beautiful. That is cool. It kind of
But
looks like
that's like what it took to get there.
Yeah, yeah.
that's awesome.
Because I did
Life,
balance
isn't
and
it?
harmony because I had already picked harmony and then we did the soul accelerator and I just felt like I needed to be both.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. Very cool.
Definitely.
Heather,
You
how's
want to
yours
share
going?
yours? Are you still
How
working?
how did you choose your affirmation? Or anyone? Yeah.
For the my word of the year?
No, the affirmation. that-
Oh, that was on the screen share?
uh-huh.
This
Did you
is,
include that or?
no, this was taken from, see, it's even blocked out. I don't even remember where, and I wish I could
Oh, got it. Okay.
acknowledge them, but no, this was completely, I guess you can say it was stolen. Because I really didn't realize I clipped their name off of it. But I did this a year ago. I'm sorry to steal their info, but yeah, I found this somewhere. Pinterest is a wonderful thing. All right, Heather, let me see yours.
Well, it's like alien high.
Now you must show us.
Um,
Oh, that's
That's
cool.
beautiful.
it looks like an upside down music note. So then I was like, so my word's equanimity. So it's like I might just use a music note.
Oh, yeah.
That
Full,
feels
like,
good too.
but that has like the balance and the harmony, but it's also like it's just has this whole meaning in itself. So
What's your word? What did you say? It cut out.
You cut out.
equanimity,
Equanimity.
I know, that's a great word.
and it's fun to say also.
What does it mean?
Considered like the mother of mindfulness. So approaching all situations with the same mindset and harmony and trying to have this like gentle awareness, even if it's not the outcome we wanted. It's kind of a non-attachment. It's this big philosophical approach to life to the bigger part of it that I'm going to understand. So I've kind of wanted to grow in that. So it kind of turned into the word for this year.
That's beautiful.
Really is. It really is. After a long list too, I even started a second side of what my word was going to be for the year. I decided on flourish.
Nice.
Like, yeah, mine was, it was going to be bliss. And then it just settled on the.
Yeah, nice.
And the really great thing is, we can always change our mind later or add more to it or whatever, like that's the way I always look at things is, that's, I don't want to say it's a lot of pressure, but there's always, and as we get into this routine, you'll think about it probably even before we start talking about it, is like, because I get excited as we tune into our word. But like it's like trying on clothes or anything else. It's like if it doesn't feel right, then switch it and don't give it any meaning to just,
You're right.
it's you've grown, right? Or changed or whatever. So
There's a trick I have, not to tell you what my passwords are for all my, but I use my word here. Before I even started doing this, I would kind of have a word and it evolved. So that's my password. So at the beginning of every year, I start changing all my passwords to and updating them. And that's
smart.
password. So every time
Ooh,
in,
that
or
is
I'll-
a good idea.
yeah. So if anybody wants to use that trick, and it's a nice reminder whenever you have
Yeah.
I love
Word.
that. That's pretty
So we
brilliant.
could even do one step up and do like the sigil of the word of the year to do the password, or like
Can I
just
use
saying we could.
the word and then a music note? And
Yeah.
Yeah, so exactly like, oh, the possibilities. But I love that tip. Thanks for sharing that because
Yeah.
that because we are supposed to change our passwords. So yeah, how cool is that? And it keeps us in tune with what our intention, right?
Yeah. That's good stuff. All right, does everybody feel comfortable with it? Ready to play some more?
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah. What else would you guys like to add before? Yeah, we're actually on time. We haven't been on time in, I don't know, what, over a month?
Lots to talk about.
Actually on time.
We're on Wolfpack time.
That's right. That's right.
Get
Yeah,
out there
after
and
this-
howl at the moon.
after the tea party the other day, we hung up. Kathy and I looked at each other and I'm like, we're gonna have to go to an hour. Like this just didn't work for 30 minutes. But
Good
okay,
stuff,
everyone
though,
feel
definitely.
complete?
Yes, I feel good.
Yes? Okay. Until next week, happy full moon to everyone. You know what we're getting ready to do, right? So take a super deep breath in and out. Let's hold it for the count of 3 at the very top. 1, 2, 3. One more, 4. Do 4. Okay. The top of this one, let's let it go.
Mwah. Bye, y'all.
Manifesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy
Happy
manifesting.
Time when we